If God kept you where you were comfortable, man, you would never, ever, 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 ever reach where you're supposed to be. I'm gonna repeat that one more time, right? If God kept you where you were comfortable, man, you never become who you were called to be. You'll never reach where you're supposed to reach. Never reach those heights. Never do all the great things that you were supposed to do on this earth. But God loves you. And you are going to accomplish those things. And that's exactly why you can't be comfortable. Nuh-uh. You can't be comfortable, man. You got to have separation in order to elevate in this world. These tangerines are good. One of the things that I need you to understand is that when there's less noise in your life, there's a clearer direction of where you need to go. And a lot of the times we have so much noise in our life. Left, right, in front of us, bro. Technology, what's going on social media, what's going on in your friend's life, what's going on in other people's relationships, celebrities, your opinions on sports, all this stuff. But none of this stuff is really your purpose, bro. You feel what I'm saying? None of this stuff really feeds your purpose. None of this stuff really feeds your soul, right? A lot of the things that we care about, we shouldn't really be caring about. A lot of the times you live a distracted life. And that's why you can't see what God has called for you to do. How can you hear God's voice when you're listening to everybody else? Riddle me that. How can we hear God's voice when we listening to everybody else? How can we know what our purpose is when we thinking about what everybody else doing? Or we focused on everybody else's purpose instead of our own purpose? It don't even make sense. Sometimes you got to understand that the less people that's around you, you got more discernment that's given to you. The less noise you hear from other people's opinions and thoughts, the more you can hear God's voice. I remember last year I made a video and I told y'all, I said, yo, just go 30 days without music. And some of y'all was getting on me. Some of y'all was like, no, it's music that gets me through. It's music that do this and that. I'm like, bro, nobody's attacking music. I make music, bro. Nobody's saying you can't listen to music. I love music. Man, nobody loves music more than me. But you got to understand, when you don't listen to music, it helps you to hear other things. It helps you to hear God's voice. It helps you to hear yourself. It helps you to understand the things that you need to work on as an individual. It helps you to be on your purpose. But it's beyond music. It's the noise of the world. It's the noise of the things that we spoke about. Social media, news trends, what's going on in other people's lives, focusing on other people's purpose. Now it's time for you to focus on your own purpose. And you got to understand that God knows that. And that's why he wants to give you more discernment. So he's been what? He's been cutting off those friends. Or those people that don't add value into your life in the ways that they should. They're not uplifting you, right? They're not pushing you towards greatness. They're not motivating you or encouraging you. And they don't always have to do that. But if they don't have a good spirit or a good heart, God knows that you can't be around that individual. So don't worry about where they went and where so-and-so and what they doing. Worry about what you doing. Worry about where you're going. Worry about where you're headed. Worry about the plans that God got for you. Come on, man. Isolation, bro. It's not no punishment, bro. Real talk. A lot of people think that it's a punishment that they don't got, the circle that they want around them or this and that. Listen, you being prepared. We in a war. We in battle. And we need you. We need your spirituality. We need your faith. We need your energy. We need you to be on your purpose. We need you to evolve. We need you to build a relationship with God so you could get stronger. There's things that you got to do for yourself. Too much input, bro. Too much input from the wrong places. And not enough input from the main place that you need input from. Not enough input from God. Sometimes the old has to go in order to make space for the new. You feel what I'm saying? I remember last year I went 6 months without wine, without drinking, without any alcoholic beverage, because I just wanted to prove to myself that I don't need it. Even though I was already good, even though I only do those things in moderation, I cut it off cold turkey because I was showing myself that I could be disciplined. I could be with a group of people that might be drinking, but I'm not going to drink. And the truth is, if I'm always around a group of people drinking, then what does that reveal about me and what I'm tolerating? So I wasn't always around that type of stuff because the people around me, they locked in, they disciplined. But if they were sipping some wine, because I'm disciplined and locked in, I'm saying, no, I'm okay. I'll pass, maybe next year. You feel me? And the whole time, what got me through, what helped helped me was drinking Kava Haven, man. And I still drink it to today. I prefer this over alcoholic beverages a lot of the time, bro. I promise you. Kava Haven, it tastes like alcohol, but it's not alcohol, okay? It's not alcohol. There's no alcohol in it. It tastes so good. And usually what I mix it with is I mix it with like, whether it's orange juice, whether it's strawberry juice, whatever else that I'm drinking, I put like two. Okay, I put a little tip in there, and I'm feeling good, man. It's not an alcoholic beverage, bro. It's 100% plant-based, and it's actually healthy for you. You feel what I'm saying? And one of the health benefits that I've just seen in my personal life, I'm not no health professional, but after I work out, it helps me to recover and it helps me to relax in the evening. And I was working out earlier today with my girl, okay? And so, after the workout, I drank some Kava Haven with, my strawberry juice. And it was so good and I enjoyed it. And it just helps me to recover. And, muscle recovery is something you might get a benefit from. So just wanted to let y'all know about it, man. 15% off when you click the first link below. 15% off your Kava Haven. Just because you're purpose driven, just because you watching this video and you tapped in, you get 15% off and you get to try it, man. Your first try at Kava Haven. You got to understand, right? So yeah, I want y'all to understand that, man. Like sometimes your old habits is going to have to go. Sometimes you're not going to just be the same person that you once were because you don't want to do certain things. You might not want to drink, right? And so you going out, you getting Kava Haven now. You switching it up, right? You being more natural. You might not want to party late night. You might not want to do those things. That's not for you no more, right? Once God starts to elevate you, what you'll realize is you find fun and you find enjoyment in other things. And that's no shade to anybody that finds fun and just always going out and clubbing. But I just do believe that there's more to life than that. And when you on your purpose, you don't have as much time to do things like that, man, because you rather spend your time being at peace. You rather spend your time relaxing. You don't really care to be in the streets. You don't really care to know what's going on. You don't really care for the noise. You feel what I'm saying? You care for the silence. You care for the peace. And you care to just make sure that you're doing good mentally, spiritually. And that might mean that you stay at home. You're not always going to the function, but think about what that does for you in return. You focused on your purpose, bro. You getting ahead. You getting ahead of 99% of people, bro, that's not doing those things. That's not meditating. That's not praying. That's not locked in. And I'm writing about all of these things in my new book that's coming out, man. Make sure you check it out below, okay? All the links for all the cool stuff is going to be below, so check it out. I would definitely love for you to see about that. But we got to believe in ourselves, man. And we got to understand that if we want to reach certain levels in our life, it is going to be through separation, man, because everybody can't come with us, bro. Everybody can't go where we're going. I'm sorry. It just can't happen that way. You got less validation from people, bro. When you're not dependent on people to validate your moves or validate what you're doing, you have a stronger sense of identity. And that's what's going to get you through the tough times. That's what's going to get you through your life. Knowing that you are who you are and nobody can take that away from you, right? That you can step another day. You can wake up another day and give life your all. Can't nobody take that away from you, that grit, that discipline, that determination. If you got that, you got to understand that you can get through anything. But there's a lot of people depending on other people to uplift them, other people to encourage them. Now, I said that would be nice, but you can't depend on people to do that for you. And God knows that. So he don't want you to depend on those types of people. He don't want you to depend on people in order for you to be on your purpose. He don't want you to go to people to see if they can greenlight your idea. He wants you to go to God. He wants you to go to him. When I wanted to start YouTube, I didn't ask for nobody else's opinion. I said, you know what? This is something that I want to do. I want to start YouTube. I want to create something of my own. I want to help the world become a better place. I want to make an impact. I want to be on YouTube, and I asked God for permission, and I asked God to lead me. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't ask for nobody else's permission. You got to give yourself the permission. That's the truth. I gave myself permission, and I asked God for guidance. You got to give yourself permission, bro. You got to give yourself permission. Go to God for permission and go to yourself for permission. It's just that simple. But we want to see if other people are going to support us. We want to see if other people are going to encourage us. We want to see what other people think about what we're doing. No, 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 no. All that validation is going to stop you from getting started because you don't have a strong identity. You don't have a strong sense of being, a strong sense of, you know what, the whole world could go against me, but I know that I'm doing exactly what I need to do. The same way that Noah built that ark and everybody thought he was crazy, but he knew exactly what he needed to do for his future, for his life, and for the world. You feel what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going on in your life. You have a God-given purpose. And if you're not making space and time to hear it, then you're not going to know what you need to be doing. It's just that simple. You're not going to know what you need to be doing, man. because you're not building up that identity, but God's going to build it for you. It's exactly why God isolates you, so you can stop borrowing confidence from people and start receiving it from him. Stop borrowing confidence from mankind and go receive it from the Creator. Go receive it from the highest consciousness that's connected to you, that wants to spend time with you, that wants to help you grow and get better and evolve. Everything is evolution, man. That's what it's all about. You're not supposed to be the same that you was yesterday. Every single day you're made new, and you're made to be better, and you're made to be greater. And you got to not just, you can't just hear that. You got to know that, believe that, bleed that. You got to know that. It's a fact. Then that some people are only assigned to an earlier version of yourself. You feel me? Some people are only assigned, bro, to an earlier version of yourself. They can't be assigned to you now. They can't hang around you now. Their energy field don't match. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not on the same wavelength as you. They're not on the same frequency as you. They not doing the same things that you doing. They don't got to be exactly like you. But if they're not on their purpose, and God is now removing you from these groups of people because you got to be on your purpose, then you have to be grateful for that. And you got to understand that it's all part of God's divine plan. He has to separate you so you can evolve. They knew the old you. You feel what I'm saying? They benefited from the distracted you. They can't access the discipline you. It's different now. You a whole different person. You don't even align. Man, that's when you start telling people, yo, I'm working out, or I'm starting this business, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. They don't got nothing to say. They're not encouraging you. They're not helping you through that process. And it's just because everybody cannot go with you where you're going. It's that simple. You going places, man, and you can't help everybody. People got to help themselves. People got to put the work in. People got to want it for themselves the same way that you want it for yourself. Anybody taken away from your calling, anybody taken away from your purpose, you got to understand that God is going to remove those people. It don't matter if you love them to death. It could be family too. If they're not aligned, if they're not locked in, they're not on their purpose, God will remove them. And you got to understand that. You got to be ready for that. Because once you say to God that you on your purpose and you building a relationship with him, you're going to start moving in ways that you didn't even know was possible, because he's helping you through the journey, helping you through the process, helping you elevate, helping you reach that next level. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first. And you're going to want to carry people with you, but they just can't make it. And you're going to have to make peace with that the same way I had to make peace with that. And what happened was God rebuilt my life and put the right people around me, people who are locked in, people who are on their mission, people who are purpose driven. And that's only helping me elevate more and more and more. God had to renew my heart. Real talk. God had to renew my heart, man. He had to make me focus. He made me locked in. He made me different. And it's all because I said, you know what? I'm going to be on my purpose and I'm ready. And that's when it starts. Right when you take the invitation and you say, yeah, I'm ready to elevate. I'm ready to lock in. That's when it starts. That's when you start to focus. That's when things start to change. God not going to scream at you. He's not going to speak louder to you. He's just going to remove the noise. He's going to remove all of those things that's distracting you and stopping you from being great. And you got to be ready for that. Elevation is part of this. You can't run from it. If you alive, he's always going to put you in a position to evolve if that's what you want to do. But if you want to stay the same, you can make that choice too. If you want to stay the same, you can make that choice too. If you want to be the same person and never evolve and never grow, you can make that choice. A lot of people make that choice, but they're not the chosen ones. They're not locked in. They not focused. They don't want more for themselves. They don't want more for the ones around them. So they're not going to be put to the test like you are. But you saying you want more, get ready. You saying that you want more, yeah, get ready. It's going to take a different type of grit in order for you to elevate to the levels that you want to reach. Get ready for that. You got to separate from the old habits, from the people that's not pushing you, from your old ways. If you don't separate, how are you going to evolve? You got to separate from the old stuff. As you're evolving, you moving down the line of greatness. You keep looking back. You keep looking back. Keep looking back. Yeah, it's going to get further. And you keep worrying about what's back there. And back there ain't worried about up here. You keep worrying about what other people doing with their time and with their life. And you trying to carry them with you. You can't do that. They focused on what they focused on. They doing what they doing. You got to do what you doing. You got to lock in on what you got to lock in on. You got to keep moving forward because God has a plan for you. You got to keep pressing on because God has a plan for you. You got to keep locking in because there's a plan for you. There's a plan for you. And it's not no game. It's not no joke. But you got to be ready for it. You got to be prepared for that elevation. You got to be prepared for the separation. Because if you're not prepared, then you are not going to be where you want to be. All your prayers, how do you think God answers your prayers? You're going to go through the test. You're going to go through the fire. I was talking to my wife earlier, man, and I think we'll make a video on this. Life is like a video game. You not opted out of the game. Like this is a game, and are you playing it? It's simple to beat the game. Be on your purpose. Follow your purpose. Your purpose is a pathway for what you should be doing on this earth. And the things that we do every day moves us forward, and it helps us evolve, and it helps us complete the mission. That's why we got to be driven on our purpose. That's why we're purpose driven, because we're doing it every single day. In each and every single way, we're pushing forward. We're purpose driven. That's how we should be. Not how we could be, not how we should maybe be, not how we will one day be. Nah, bro, that's how we should be today, now, right now. We should be on our purpose because it's going to help us to create a pathway for how we should be living our life, for what we should be doing with our precious time. And the more that you don't know what you're doing in your life, or the more that you're not taking chances, or the more that you're not believing in yourself, the more that you're not taking a risk, the more that you're not investing in yourself, the more and more and more and more and more you will stay behind. You will stay right where you are because you're not willing to change. You're not willing to grow. You're not willing to take a risk. You're not willing to elevate, but you're asking for elevation. And you think that you can stay the same while you do that. And it doesn't work like that. Right now, I'm working with a group of people, purpose-driven creators. They invested in themselves to learn content creation so they could do what I'm doing, maybe on an even bigger scale one day. I'm not hiding the game. I'm giving out the game for people who's ready for it, people who are willing to invest and lock in. You can apply to be part of the group below, purpose-driven creators, working with creators so they can finally build something around their content, monetize from it, make money from it, build a business from it. You got to understand that this is not a game. This is not a joke. Life is real. And no matter what you want to do in your life, right? That's the creators. But what do you want to do? You want to be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be an engineer. You want to, whatever you want to be, you can be it. But it got to have a game plan. You got to have a game plan. You got to have a system that works. You got to lock in on it every day because God can open the door for you. God could elevate you by separating you, but you got to be willing to walk away from your old ways, and you got to be willing to walk away, and you have the final say. You got to be willing to walk away from your old life as you continue to build your new life. That has to be something that you have to be willing to do. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not going to see the growth that you deserve to see. Sorry, man. But if you don't walk away, then maybe you didn't deserve it, right? Maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe it's only reserved for the people that's willing to believe in God and take the risk and believe in themselves and do something different with their life. Maybe it's reserved for those that are not in love with comfort and they don't mind being disciplined and they don't mind making sacrifices in order to make it to the next level. You got to decide who you are. You got to decide who you are, and you get to make that choice each and every single day you wake up. Now, I want to tell you this. Thank you for choosing to watch this video today. You woke up today. You chose this video. I appreciate you. You didn't have to choose this video today, but you did. And for that, hit subscribe so you can continue to get videos like these and it can move your life in the right direction. Turn on post notifications. Comment below if this video will help you change your life, did anything for you. Check out Kava Haven. Check out Purpose-Driven Creators. Check out all the cool things we got below, man. Check out my new book that's coming out one day, bro. I'm in the process of writing it. It's gonna come out very soon. Okay, you can sign up. You can sign up for it so you can be the first to know. God bless you. Peace.